The love that you are has a history, and that began when you first noticed that you were capable of action and influence. There was a moment when you rejoiced in the celebration of being. In that moment, your unique rhythm and personal melody began, and your consciousness of life was born. By grace, you are given knowledge to remember the original incentives and aspirations that propelled you into the realm of experience and the freedom to return to wholeness. Each dimension of consciousness is governed by a certain aspiration. Whenever your heart remembers the true aspiration, you are delivered from delusion and your inner peace is restored. Your life is elevated above the drama of the world, and your authority is reclaimed over the experiences you are having. Although you may choose to continue with your experience, you have the authority in your heart to know when you are complete. Living by the sacred aspirations is a simple path, since they are uncomplicated in their process. Regardless of the time involved, these keys to the kingdom will take you home. The first dimension of the heart's higher intelligence is the body of unity. Unity is consciousness where judgment is eliminated and opposing factions no longer exist. When achieving this awareness, the soul realizes there is but one spirit. It is relieved from the obsession to judge and to separate from whatever is misunderstood. This is the body of wholeness, touched by the grace of the Holy Spirit. It is received through the aspiration of innocence. The first aspiration is innocence. This is the key to the door of unity. Innocence is the sweet fragrance of the soul, forever young and reborn eternally in the presence of the Holy Spirit. This is our yearning to be the innocent child of God. Often it must be restored through atonement, at one-ment. Daily, it may be practiced through innocent perception. In the presence of innocence, there is no separation or judgment, and all is one. Now, take your Class 6, Handout 1, and go to Exercise 1, the spiritual body of unity, innocent perception. Now breathe and see yourself with innocent perception. No judgments or blame. Then write 3 to 5 qualities you witness in yourself with innocent perception. Next, write a situation you anticipate being in before next class, in which you'd like to see with innocent perception before, during, and after it takes place. Now, stop the video if possible to complete this exercise. The second dimension of the heart's higher intelligence is the body of love. Love is the highest power in the universe and the source of all creation. Within this consciousness, one can experience love as the ultimate source of power and surrender from the conflicts of polarity. This is the body of creativity. It is attained by the aspiration of compassion. The second aspiration is compassion. This is the key to the door of love. Compassion means to feel with. One who is in a state of true and complete compassion simply feels with life and shares his own energetic life force with others to restore wholeness. The same restoration comes back to oneself. So take your Class 6, Handout 1, and go to Exercise 2, the spiritual body of love, compassion. Choose someone in your life for whom you've carried negative judgments. Let yourself for a moment see them with the eyes of love and breathe into your heart as you do it. Then write in Exercise 2 how you feel differently in seeing them with the eyes of love. Then write the name of another person in your world and how you're willing to experiment seeing them with the eyes of love before next class. Now, this doesn't have to be someone you know personally. For example, it could be a public figure. So stop the video if possible and complete this exercise. The third dimension of the heart's higher intelligence is the body of life. Life is love in action. Life is the result of unity and love in perfect harmony. Through this union, life force causes creation. This is the body of abundance. It is fulfilled by the aspiration of gratitude. The third aspiration is abundance. This is the key to life. Its foundation is gratitude. Unlike the prosperity of material gain, gratitude does not take its power from attitudes of scarcity, hoarding, and greed. The unconditional state of abundance expands through sharing, caring, and giving. Life was created generously and to ever expand in that way. By simply removing all systems and beliefs that gain power through creation of scarcities, much pain and suffering would vanish from the world. Take your Class 6 Handout 1 and go to Exercise 3, the spiritual body of life, abundance and gratitude. Name a person or circumstance in your life with which you've experienced abundance and gratitude. Then name a person or circumstance in your life with whom you've not experienced abundance and gratitude, and state how you are willing to before next class. Stop the video, if possible, to complete this exercise. The fourth dimension of the heart's higher intelligence is the body of respect. Respect is the awareness that honors and directs the life force into harmonies and productive purposes. This is the body of purpose. It is governed by the aspiration of wisdom. The fourth aspiration is wisdom. This is the key to the conscious domain of respect. Wisdom teaches you to respect the laws of God, the laws of life, and the agreed-upon laws of mutual conduct. Wisdom teaches you to respect others and yourself. Through wisdom, you can reach a higher place that stands above the betrayals and disappointments of coexistence. It allows you to convert your experience to higher understanding. Respect means having the wisdom to respect a rock for being a rock, even when you might judge it's in your way. A dog for being a dog, even when it may get frightened and bark at you. Or your neighbor for being a human being, even though he may not behave in the way your mind thinks he should. You do not have to agree with them, but you can respect their right to be and live their purpose as an emanation of the divine, which then helps you to deal with them wisely. Take your Class 6 Handout 1 and go to Exercise 4, the spiritual body of respect, purpose and wisdom. Name a person or entity in your life whose purpose you respect and towards whom you have interacted wisely. Then name a person or entity in your life for whose purpose you have had less respect, and state how you are willing to interact more wisely with them before next class. Now, this interaction may be mental, emotional, and involve physical connection or not. That's up to your discretion. Stop the video to complete this exercise. Holding you in my heart as fellow spiritual students and teachers in the classroom of love, I send and receive blessings for our circle and all sentient beings till next class. Blessings in light and love.